We could watch the video about the scariest toy ever made. Sounds pretty fun.
Oops. Caught you looking. We got a merch sale.
Damn,
right
I
now.
looked.
Available shirts, the Ozempic shirt, the I Control Fire shirt. It's only available till December 7th. You gotta
No,
get it now.
but it's almost over. Guys, buy it. Buy the merch.
You suck.
Yeah.
It's awesome shirt. I'm telling you, you'll get tons of pussy, lots of money, and you'll get a lot of friends. Use the
Damn, you
link
get
here.
maidens? You should buy that.
Don't end up like this.
Damn.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down. Today we're going to be talking about Furbies. We were in a thrift store recently, saw a Furby.
We had a Furby.
I mean, forgot that was even a thing. And it got me
I never
thinking,
had one of these.
everybody back in the day had Furbies, right? I mean, throughout the 90s, there were many massively popular toys that would come out and cause absolute pandemonium across the country. You had Beanie Babies, Furbies,
dude, I was stupid.
Barbies, G.I. Joe. Even I had.
I mistaken Furbies with Gremlins. Because as a kid I never watched Gremlins. So I thought it's a similar thing. Whatever. I didn't know, man. I didn't know.
Some G.I. Joe.
I was a Lego child.
through
I
a
had
phase.
Lego for everything.
I just remember taking off his pants one time being like, I probably shouldn't be doing this.
Throw my G.I. Joes up in the air, see if they'd break when they landed.
My favorite toy was you get a bunch of blocks, and you just get Hot Wheels, like a track album.
It's also
Also, like
insane.
building, there was this thing back in the day, Lego had like samurai boats,
Oh.
and it was sick. I was so proud. I like made it, had it like on a shelf, and I was like, and then like my extremely autistic cousin came over and like smashed it with his hands. And I remember I was just like, I never wanted him at the house anymore. And people thought it was because of his mental disability, and it was not that. It was it's a samurai thing. Yeah, it was a whole deal. Anyway, Furbies. Yeah, one of the most well-known examples.
Little bit
are
of a trauma-
Furbies, a toy
trauma
that you can
dump here.
still buy to this day, but it doesn't have the same kind of effect. No. But if you were alive in the early 2000s, they were literally everywhere. becoming
Yeah, that is a
cultural
toy of
staple
its
for
time.
That generation of kids.
I didn't
Everybody
even know
had
they
that
made
Furby,
these
which looking
anymore.
back on it now, it's just kind of, there's no way that they'd be as popular today. You like, I remember I like sleeping at my house and I like look over at my sister's Furby and it'd be on the nightstand just like,
They say the Furbish language.
yeah, there's like speaking in tongues and shit looking at you.
Well, nowadays they'd be spying on you. They'd be like connected to Alexa.
Well, you gotta be connected to your fucking Wi-Fi and you're like,
Dude, can we
like
get
a microphone where your mom's like,
one
"Oh,
of these things
sweet
with
kid laying in
Grok?"
bed. It's playing your dad's Pornhub that he's watching on his phone in the bathroom. Are you my dad? But this sensation birthed various obsessive collectors, absurd conspiracy theories,
Jesus.
crimes, and horror stories. Furbies are nowhere near as big as they used to be, but there's still many weird stories to tell, and today we are going to do that. But to understand the Furby craze, let's look back at their inception in 1998. Its creators Dave Hampton, Richard Levy, and Caleb Chung reportedly spent 2 years putting together the initial design, being an anthropomorphic hybrid creature with the capability to verbally and physically
It's a
express
furry.
itself. That's what this is. You know what I don't like about it is that it's definitely a fur baby is what it's supposed to be, but it's definitely you could tell they were like, it's going to be like Gizmo from the
Yeah.
Gremlins, you know, it's going to be like
See?
Gizmo.
I'm not
It's
the
gonna
only
be
one who
like-
sees
you
it.
know, the 80s craze of having a cute little sidekick character. There's got to be more than Gizmo. I just remember Gizmo really, but because also around this time too, that's when the robot dog was popular.
Oh, I remember the robot.
Robot.
Oh yeah, that one. Dude. We should buy all one of these and he could review it. I think all would really like this one. Would need to get him a robotic Spinosaurus. But I remember these things. There was also this other robot. Like the very round one.
No, they're all terrible. They were all terrible. The goal was to create a toy with uncanny realism. It came equipped with a variety
Realism,
of
yeah.
motors and sensors that allowed it to respond accordingly to sounds, speech, light, and physical touch. And they came equipped with their own language known as Furbish.
That's a Twitter safe space, by the way.
Was your? I hated when mine woke me up. Would yours wake you up in the middle of the night?
Yeah, and it made me like it was just always a way to just reinforce that demons and ghosts exist in your house. You should be laying there. Why not? Because also then their eyes used to light up too.
And you could hear
So-
their servos.
That's Pornhub again. Looking up at it from. They came equipped with their own language known as Furbish that resembled a combinations of Hebrew and other Asian languages.
They're Jewish.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and.
Oh god, no, don't make the jokes.
The Furbies, they speak Yiddish. Okay, so do you think that was just because they were like, what's the most exotic language?
That's what I was gonna say, yeah.
What's the most alien language? Like, I don't know, like a Jew? Well, I was gonna say China.
It would be much more fun if they would speak Latin. Then they would, but I think then they would get banned from like Christian households. Like, this is a demon spawn. He's summoning Satan into our holy house. This is the house of Christ. No demon summoning toys. And you would have like, just like what was it? Christian moms against Pokemon. Because of the evolution aspect. And it's like, this is against God and stuff because evolution. Yeah, I think Latin speaking, glowing eyes, weird little fur things would not fly that good.
A Chinese guy. Okay. All right. Write it down.
This video is sponsored by our partners at Factor. Factor is the meal service that gives you flexibility to stay active and stay on top of your eating routine. I've been working on a ton of projects, hitting the gym, and at the end of the day, it can be tough to have the energy to figure out.
I want arms like that.
Eating healthy is important, but some days it can be a chore. Thankfully, Factor has got you covered. Factor powers your day, sun up to sundown, with nutritious breakfast, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. In just 2 minutes, you can eat, and enjoy! For 80 different menu options each week. Plus, Factor has updated their menu now, offering 2 times more
long as arms with claws.
2 times more seafood options. Factor has always had variety, but now there's even more with their introduction of Asian-inspired meals and new Mediterranean diet options. These dishes are packed with protein and good-for-you fats, and 97% of customers say that Factor has helped them live a healthier life. And with options like Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein Plus, and Vegan, it's easy to see why. And the best part of Factor is that there's no prep work, no grocery lines, and virtually no cleanup. Head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code PAPAMeatFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. Plus, free breakfast for 1 year. That's code PAPAMeatFB50 at Factor75.com.
You ever had something like this?
Off,
I was thinking about getting something like this because I'm lazy.
Thank you, Factor, for sponsoring the video. Now let's get back to the video.
Furbies were programmed to slowly speak more of the English language over time, giving the illusion that they were picking up on their owner's speech patterns and growing. Kind of up. Love.
That's scary.
Love. You're learning? You know what I mean? How f***ed up is that? Dad? At night? Help me. Help me. Immediately interrupted by the dad's porn thing again. Mom! Mom! Kids would create and spread around their own Furbish translation cheat sheets across their schools and online forums. That was a very odd time. Really didn't like going to school and having people have backpacks of Furbies and like little codes, and they slip it to you.
What the fuck? They translate that shit?
I remember this girl came to my school and she said, "Mine said pizza." I was like, "Shut the f up, Rebecca." Who cares? Stuck up. The first generation of the Furby toy was released in 1998 and became an overnight sensation. It became the must-have toy that Christmas season, with gigantic lines pouring out of the stores. At the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza in Los Angeles, many panicked at the sight of the 250 people already lined up at the KB toy store before the sun was up. Only 150 Furbies were available, leaving a crowd of furious customers that began cursing and screaming at the workers.
That is so American, man. Why does that keep happening over there? Every time something releases, people over there, something in their head breaks. You have Furbies, they go insane. You have, Stanley Cups, they go insane. You have, these stupid ass Labubus, they go insane. You have the Supreme bullshit. What is it? What is it? That people need to have this garbage that they don't need. And they will go... Pokemon cards also right now. It's insane. You are a slave to consumerism. This is crazy. Supreme was peak. No, it was so fucking stupid. Ow.
Wow, I love that idea. I would love to hear some more stories of a guy who's like, I was like a 12-year veteran in a toy store from the 80s into the 90s. I bet you have some fucking horror stories, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Stressed out parents were desperate to get them in time for the holidays, leading to more and more chaotic scenes taking place across the country. One Walmart in Massachusetts had been swarmed and threatened with physical violence if they were unable to provide them with a Furby. A police squad was sent down to keep the swarm of customers under control, as some dedicated Furby hunters refused to leave until
I swear to God, that's something. Our working retail is already the worst job imaginable because no one respects you. Everybody shits on you all the time. You always get like people in your face screaming and shit, but at the same time, and they will just insult you for being a retail worker. At the same time, these retards are so dependent on you, but they don't even realize that because they are fucking retarded. I hate every single person who walks into a store without Googling 5 minutes before the visit what they actually need. And then you have like these idiots get mad at you for not being able to make their own decisions. I want to spit in their face. I think in America it's even worse because you have to work Sundays. You have to suffer through Black Friday and like it is Black Friday, right? Once a year, where everything is like super discounted. There's like even horror movies made about that. It's just awful. I don't know. They probably have PTSD from that shit where people just keep. I had that when I was working retail in that mall and GTA 5 came out. I had people fight each other. They punched each other over the last like limited edition of the PS3 version of GTA. They would people would just start fighting and they would go crazy over it. It's insane. So glad I don't do that anymore. I'm so glad I don't do it anymore, man. Still, if I would have to decide between, like, since I played the Red Restaurant game, if I would have to decide between service job, like restaurant, or retail, I would pick retail still over service. I think service is even worse. Ugh. Fucking awful. Anyways.
And another Walmart in Illinois, two
Moving
women
on.
were knocked
Trauma
down
dumping.
and trampled during a stampede that occurred as people raced to snag their limited supply of Furbies, which is this is the same thing as Stanley Cups. What do you think that is a Furby more worth getting trampled over than a Stanley Cup? Because I would say so. If I was trampled, legs broken, I
My
feel
mom
like
wants
it was
a
the
Stanley
Furby
Cup.
craze. It was the Furby
I would have
craze
to
of
fight
98.
someone
It
to
was
get one.
bloodshed versus
I would have
it was
to kill
it was
someone.
the Stanley Cup craze of 24.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, one's a cup, and the other one at the time was like a piece of technology.
High-end technology.
Yeah, exactly.
Within the first 3 years alone, over 40 million Furbies were sold. Their popularity didn't last forever, however, as their numbers dwindled in 2001. By 2002, production of the first generation Furby stopped completely. Things would eventually pick back up with newer,
That means they are more
advanced
valuable now.
generations of Furbies being produced. While their popularity never came close to the initial peak, there has been a steady audience of dedicated fans that still obsess over them to this day. And those are people that you don't talk to that person.
He calls that. What was it? Steady audience. I call it mental illness. Why would you need that many? Why do you need these weird ass
Of dedicated
things?
fans that still obsess over.
Imagine you hook up with a girl, you know, you go on a date, everything goes well, you talk about stuff, you're like, oh, you align very well, and everything is cool. You go to her place, that's what you see. What would you do? Would you keep dating them? Or would you just turn around and, you know, leave? I know what I would do. I would leave. Immediately. I would run for my life. I would pepper spray her and run. No, okay, this is so powerful. This is, I don't know, there's something about unhealthy obsessions that I think should be reinforced, and collecting a bunch of these weird ass things is one of them.
Over them to this day, and those are people that you don't talk to that person. Is somebody still obsessed with the Furby that you do not talk to that person still? Did you just see what the new Furby came? They're great.
What's wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but to me, I'm like that we've moved past that.
What if they're now hooked up to ChatGPT? What if ChatGPT came out with a Furby?
I think something like that is going to happen, but I think that they can't make it an anamorphic, they can't make it an alien creature. It's got to be human.
Straight from the bottle like a man.
Because it's already too creepy.
Based.
So then if you sat there in this wisdom, this goddamn Yoda sitting there in front of you like a Furby, what do I have to do this? And they just spit it out immediately. I think that would scare people. Because the technology is already so foreign and weird that I think they wouldn't trust it. And then now you have a body that's in there. It is telling you what you want to hear.
They should move too.
Yeah, they do like a dance. Tells you how to make sourdough bread and it just dances for you. I wouldn't like that. I can tell you right now, I would not like that at all. In some cases, future Furby generations still caused chaos in some stores. On Black Friday, one man claimed to see a pair of grandmas fist fighting over one, which is just fun. And if you don't record that, I think that's just
I want to see it. Is there a video of that? I want to see people.
It's selfish if you see two old grandmas fist fighting, you don't record it and pass it on to your kids. That's a great piece of media. You don't get that every day. You very rarely get that.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I was thinking of the grab his dick and twist it, but they don't have it. I was like, okay, twist it. What, you know what I mean. Come on, man. Well, just don't quote that, please. Can we get more videos of people fighting?
Guy at a bar. What do you think of that? Anything on that right there? The demand for Furbies wasn't driven by parents trying to buy them for their kids. It also came from obsessive collectors. In total, there are over 200 different variations of Furbies for people to collect, and some won't stop until they have every single one in their greasy little mitts.
That is an ugly Furby.
No, that Furby. They're all ugly, but that one is especially.
Dude, this is Funko Pops is another one, right? This is just, it's all the same. Americans just fall for this shit every single time. Guys, we need to make a stupid ass collectible thing. So we need to make one. And we will make a lot of money off it. Man.
It's heinous. That better be its name, is heinous. It's not easy to get into this hobby either.
He's biting.
First generation
He's trying to kill him
for a minimum of $1,000 now. And as you go into modern generations, people still pay anywhere from $50 to $500 for a Furby. All right?
What
so you
the
gotta believe that
fuck?
first generation, there's got to be some gold mines out there. This doesn't include the rare or limited edition Furbies that can go for thousands of dollars. One seller is selling a tiger and confetti Furby for $25,000.
But is he also selling it? Is anyone even buying it? That's the next thing. Because look at this thing. This shitty thing looks greasy, dirty, probably smells like cigarettes.
$1 each. The Kids Cuisine limited edition Furby. Oh my god. Dude, how much is it? The Kids Cuisine limited edition Furby goes for as much as $40,000. What? God, that sounds so sick too. The Kids Cuisine limited edition Furby. Oh man, you might see a little. I might do a little fucking national treasure. I might have to steal that motherfucker out of a museum or something. But
Minecraft action figures, but reskin them into VTubers. The fuck is this thing?
the Bejeweled Furby with
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know any micro figures.
To $200,000 a piece. There's only 5 of them, Nick. For plastic jewels. The rarest Furby is the Rainbow Edition, created through a Design a Furby contest, and only 3 were ever made. 2 were given to the winner, and the other was sent to the company vault. It is literally priceless to collectors because one has never been sold online or at auction. So theoretically, we could be looking at $1 million.
It's like the
Furby.
shiny one.
I mean, theoretically. Theoretically, yes. It could also be a $5 Furby. I mean, really, it kind of sways. Priceless, Nick. In my eyes, the Kid Cuisine thing, that's peak. That absolutely peak. There's nothing better than just microplastics heated up. Those fucking brownies are like, you used to put like purple, I don't know, glitter or haze over it.
I now understand why Americans are like that. If that is what they eat, if that's what they get, some corn, brownie, mac and cheese, what is that, like 4 nuggets? A fucking plastic tray that you put in the microwave? Yeah, I get it. Yeah. They never had a chance from the beginning.
Some kind of an anthrax concoction where it's like, it's a purple pizza, and you'd eat it. It's like, then there's corn, like wet corn, but then there's a little bit of Capri Sun, which makes it all go down like fine wine. At Kids Cuisine, they have some crimes they have to pay for, I feel like.
That
is
is
dedicated to collecting every
awful.
version. There are online guides that provide information on what to expect to pay per Furby. They also have online guides on how to store your collection properly. Those are your show Furbies. When you have a guest over, please have a seat. You're like
sitting across like an army of
just a couple
Furbies.
Furbies. Go ahead, wave at it. I'll be right back. He's in the room talking through it on a walkie-talkie. Show me your boobs. No one else is here. Show me your boobs. People are doing whatever it takes to profit off these toys still today.
Yeah, kill 'em.
In Thailand, there is a huge market for Furbies, which has resulted in a massive scammer market. In February of 2013, a 16-year-old girl was arrested for scamming over 60 people on Instagram. In total, she made around $200,000 before getting caught off 60 people? Jesus! What is that per person? $3,000 a piece on average? Obviously, there's gonna be a guy, pays more, but still. Can you imagine paying through? I just never got it. Just a few months later, another scammer was arrested and sentenced to 75 years in prison for doing the exact same thing. 75 years for Furbies.
But what do they do?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, in Thailand, they're just like, cut off their toes. Their toes are gone.
Do they do that?
Staple fur on their entire body and put them in the jungle. I'll send the Furbies, I swear. Some people have no interest in the profit potential of Furbies. Instead, treating them like their own children, taking them on walks or drives to hear them talk.
They should have never closed those asylums. I think that was the biggest mistake, is letting crazy people just be themselves and reinforce it on the internet. Did you ever see that green text post about like, I wanna fuck toasters, tells people, and people tell them to stop and bully them into stopping. Stops being weird. But nowadays it's, I want to fuck toasters, goes online, finds a million other people who want to fuck toaster. That's it. You just have these weird people who reinforce themselves online to be, into being weird. And that comes from a guy with a rat on his head. Maybe I should also get bullied.
Others do photo shoots with their Furbies and take them to work so they can be shown off. If you're collecting anything, no one wants to see any of your collection stuff. Like when you collect stuff, it's for yourself. Don't force your coworkers to have to indulge on your fantasy. All right, I just want to throw that out there. Most collectors want to preserve their Furbies, while others turn them into random abominations.
Oh, that's cool.
Since
Yeah,
their
make them into
introduction to the
monsters
market,
and shit.
People have been obsessed with taking regular Furbies and turning them into weird or massive
Yeah,
art
what the
pieces.
fuck? I like that
Kelly
one.
Heaton gutted 400 Furbies and put their faces on large white walls, which she called the reflection loop. As you approach the wall, all the Furbies directly in front of you line up and chatter. As you move around, others shut off while the other...
Wait a second. That reminds me of the Colonials from All Tomorrows. Here, you have the fucking weird faces, and this is the Colonial. These are humans. It's the same thing. Jesus! What the fuck? Good book, by the way. All Tomorrows, really fun read.
The ones in front of you come
Not
to
fun.
life.
It's
pretty horrifying, actually.
But it's good.
It's kind of it's a monstrosity. It's very odd. Another artist had 45 Furbies and attached them to an organ, so they sang like a choir as you press the keys. It's like a Billy Bass thing. Yeah. With each note, a different Furby began to sing in a specific key. While this goes on, the other Furbies not being played react to the sound and begin to chatter. There are entire online communities focused around modding Furbies into horrifying monstrosities.
Jesus Christ.
Genuinely impressive. They look fucking awesome. If you look at some of these, I mean, it's just super sick. Also, the Furby, they're just ripe for making into like just a creepy custom thing. You think it's because it's like, not that it's like slightly cute, like it's intended to be cute, but it can skew into the uncanny very quickly?
Yeah, it's definitely, they're just kind of weird looking.
They are. They're not cute enough. They're too strange. They're odd.
Also the fact that they speak Yiddish in Chinese.
The idea has
Whoa, what's the problem with
influenced my
China?
perception of them.
We love
knowing
China.
That it's the guys were like, speaking Yiddish, and it's like some form of Asian dialect is the base start for this creature to learn our language, as if that's like to humanize them. In '99, just 1 year after the release, the toy was identified as a threat to national security under the belief that they had a capacity to secretly record people and potentially repeat this classified information. Yeah, as if like I don't know what George Bush is gonna have a Furby.
Yeah, maybe he has a collection.
Syria. And then some
And he's talking about the launch codes.
Bombing Syria. He's like, oh. Like, okay. This may have been born from the misconception that Furbies have the capability to learn English over time. Rather than being pre-programmed to speak it on their own, people took this to mean that they must have recording devices inside of them. The Furby's learning. Yeah, no, it's just
that's
a
an
box
AI
inside of it that it's in time and just does that thing. He's learning. We have to be careful, son. This is Yiddish and Chinese. You
cannot teach him enough.
They're trying to destroy.
Don't teach him too much.
How we live.
Or use it against
Due to a lack
us.
of understanding about the toy sensor technology, the paranoia escalated to the point where Furbies were being banned in certain locations, like the NSA headquarters, as well as
that's what I'm
naval
talking about.
bases, which
Satanic
also, why would the
Furbies.
Furby be there to begin with? Dude, this thing's fucking funny, right? Dude, boys, who wants to f the Furby?
Oh, has someone made like a
What?
fleshlight Furby?
There has got to be a fleshlight Furby for sure. Dude, I can fuck my Furby now as he speaks Yiddish and Chinese at me. Security personnel from the Naval Shipyard in Portsmouth, Virginia, for example, were instructed to seize all Furbies that enter the premises and to question their owners.
Yeah, why would you?
But to be fair, back in the day, what is that, like 99 to 2001 or whatever, that wasn't in the armies, wasn't it also a part of fucking like don't ask, don't tell, whatever? I wonder if they sat there and they're like, who the hell's bringing that in? It's like, don't ask them about it and don't tell me about it. Just take it and ask them why they have it. I don't know, my daughter gave it to me. Oh, really, your daughter? Come on, Michael. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to tell me, but don't tell me? I'm not asking, and I don't want you to tell me, but what are you trying to tell me? One of the most over-the-top theories that gained traction relating to Furbies was that they had the ability to launch the space shuttle. They just did. Everybody.
Yo, they can go to
launch the
space?
shuttle with that thing. I like how
We
they gained
can
traction
let them talk to the cube.
Do you think there had to be a hive official?
Maybe then we have a better chance
they
at
can't do
surviving.
that, right? So we just want to make sure that the Furbies that speak the Yiddish and Chinese, they can't actually launch their space shuttles, right? The guy sitting there like sweating bullets. No.
No,
The fear of Furbies even spread to the Federal Aviation Administration, and it was rumored that they had the ability to tamper with planes, with rumors spreading that airlines were putting them on the no-fly list. Many denied this, but did admit that they required people to take out their batteries due to FAA concerns. That's fair. But to be fair, I do think it's funny when they're just like, he can't come. A little girl's holding it. Michelle can't come? Put him in the Furby jail. Like a big thing, like bars and stuff. You have to put them in there. Hospitals were concerned as well, fearing Furbies could lead to medical equipment malfunctions, despite their tests showing no signs of this. But people still believed it. I wonder if people blamed the Furbies. Or not diseases, but like, he was on life support, but he just messed up. It was the
Furby
Furbies'
killed
fault.
him.
All these rumors led to more scrutiny.
Made him
and
stop
Tiger
breathing.
Electronics eventually had to make a statement debunking all these wild claims to release the bans. And one of their statements, they had directly stated that Furby is not a spy, which I gotta say,
that's
only
insane.
makes it look more like a spy. Furby is not a spy.
It's a Russian spy. Don't let the government lie to you.
Out of your head. He ain't looking. Also, too, you know how hard it is to say that when the creature does not blink ever. He's not really looking at you. Yeah, in perfect Chinese, he says like
我不是间谍。
Just like perfect Chinese. Well, I feel like everybody would be like, we gotta get out of here.
Do you think maybe U.S. like spies use Furbies? Like they modified their own and then sent them out like to China and stuff?
To me, yes, because I feel like they've made such a stink about it that they probably didn't expect these series to happen. And they're like, we were gonna use those the entire time for spies. So now they had to have this huge campaign being like, guys, you're being crazy. Like they're not spy stuff, but then in actuality, they definitely are. Yeah. See, I mean, it's not a spy thing. Here you go, Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping. What would the Furby say to Xi Jinping in Yiddish Chinese that would make him smile?
百花齐放。
This is some cursed fucking shit.
Xi Jinping is holding his Furby for the 4th consecutive day. And one of the more recent controversies occurred in 2017 when it was discovered that new age Furbies, which come equipped with Bluetooth, can be hacked into within 100 feet radius, allowing strangers to potentially use their embedded microphone to speak to children.
Oh no!
Which I will say, if you're like a teenager, you're going to prank kids that way. I'm gonna kill you while you sleep. You know what? It's not a harmless prank, but it's a funny prank at that. It's funny if nothing bad happens. One of the biggest reasons why people hate Furby so much is because they never shut off. The design has no off switch, so if you don't take the batteries out, it will continue to randomly talk and chirp. It's fucking horrifying.
Why did they stop
talking? To listen to high-pitched squeals anytime you walk by the thing, but it's nothing compared to some of the disgusting personalities picked up by the later generations of Furbies. A British family bought their 4-year-old a Furby Boom, which was the newest rendition in 2013. At first, the toy acted normally with childish personality until one day when it became a disgusting pig. They claimed its voice became deep and gruff and referred to their daughter by saying, "Oh, baby," or "Oh, sugar."
Stop fucking around, cunt!
I got like, and then one day she's like, "Hey, toots!"
Yes,
Go play with
Annabelle
me.
was just a
Also
fucking
regularly
Furby.
farted and burped, eventually grew to hate being around the young girl, and the mother said the voice,
What the fuck?
away from me! Hey, bring your
Furby
mom back
became
in here."
sexist.
The mother said the voice reminded her of characters from Breaking Bad. Was it Mike? Come on, Walter. Hey, little girl, get the fuck away from me. The family tried multiple times to reset the toy, but it only temporarily worked before the other personality returned. Mike just keeps coming back and saying, "Hi, I'm your deal." "You're the ugliest little girl I've ever seen. Would you dig away, Walter? I'm not having sex with you right now, Walter." Many people simply hate Furbies simply because they look
Got a knife?
terrifying. Their
Yeah, they
unnerving
kinda
animatronic
do.
design on top of their creepy behavior led many to fear them. And one person received a red Furby from a friend and forgot about it until it started to speak in a demonic voice in the middle of the night. They claimed it started spouting random words like "ga ga ga ya ya ya" before saying, "Hello, son, I miss you." That would f me up. "Son, I'm burning. I'm burning."
God, that'd be terrible. Your mother's voice.
She's been dead for 10 years. I need help. It's so I'm on fire or whatever.
What
Person
the
grabbed
fuck?
their Furby and lit it on fire inside their backyard fire pit, where it screamed until the voice box melted. "I'll see you in hell." The host of Live Kelly and Mark, Kelly Ripa, told a story about how her husband couldn't stand their child's Furby anymore, so he threw it outside to rot in the elements. Okay, to rot in the elements. Fuck off, Kelly. It rotted in the elements. As it sat outside, they watched it as it continuously coughed until its electrons failed and it died.
What do you mean it coughed?
That's kind of.
You think Furbies are not even robots? You think they are just
sick and die?
like
What the
little
one of the most
aliens
traumatic experiences people have
that
with
they
their
sold
Furbies
as
is hearing an audio
toys?
glitch that causes it to send out a loud screeching tone when it sustains a certain type of physical damage. One man still vividly remembers the time he accidentally pushed his Furby off the bed, only to hear it emit a terrifying sound. He began screaming and crying, certain that he had just killed it. Oh my God! Yeah,
how could you do
that's
this?
just traumatizing. There's no reason to have that feature in it, unless I guess it's once again supposed to teach kids. You're not supposed to hit things. Furby may not be the massive sensation that it used to be, but that's not a lack of effort. Just 2 years ago, Hasbro celebrated their 25th anniversary with a complete redesign. The new look features a more cutesy, fantastical colors and features an attempt to look less off-putting to kids of this
I got
newer
that
generation. And the
gamer
eyes
girl
no
headset
longer look
ears.
tired and soulless, something that made the classic design scary to children back in the day. It now features voice-activated modes with over 600 potential responses, as well as a selection of songs it can sing to you. The soullessness was part of the initial. That's part of it. It's the charm. It's the uncannyness. Now it's just a cute ball of fur. I don't want a fucking ball of fur to sing The Weeknd at me. You know what I mean? I want it's gotta be fight. It's fight or flight. It's kind of what I gotta have with a Furby. The next time that you see a Furby, make sure to keep an eye on it.
Jesus
You might fall victim to its
fucking
hypnotizing,
Christ, what is
sometimes
that?
haunting voice. We'll see you next time, guys.
Is that one of these running robots with super advanced one? They just skinned a bunch of fucking thingies. shut up.
Kelly Ripa told a story
Where
about
is it?
it's gotta be flight. It's fight or flight. Is kind of what I gotta have with a Furby. The next time
It's like in the last Mr. Beast
Furby,
video, they
I'm
had
sure
one
you
of these things.
keep an eye on it.
It's like
because
one
you
of
might
these
fall-
super fast running robots. And they just they skinned a bunch of Furbies. Furries, yeah, they skinned a bunch of furries to make this. No, that would be illegal. These things are horrifying. Holy shit. Alright, good video from Papa Meat. Let me share it with you here. Give him a like, give him a sub. But that's it for this one. See you in the next one. Bye bye.